Hello, everyone. Today we are going to talk about IELTS preparation, and I'm going to share my experience and give you some tips on how you can prepare for this exam. I'm recording this via Zoom, and I'm also streaming on Hello Talk, so I will be looking to both screens. So let me start from introducing myself. My name is Katerina, and I'm a teacher of English. And I also took IELTS test. I think it was in 2022. Yeah, 2022. So a few years ago, I went through this preparation and exam. So I have experience taking the exam, the test, and also uh, I went through some learning to learn how to prepare students for IELTS. So I took a course on international house school, and also I am preparing students who are willing to take this exam. So today I'm going to share some tips, some experience. You can ask me questions, and I will try to answer them as well. And besides that, I will be also uh, inviting you to my lessons if you want to prepare with the teacher. So let's begin. So I will start talking about my experience. So probably it will be interesting for some people who want to pass this exam in future, in the nearest future. And I also think that uh, knowing that someone took the test and passed it, so I only had one test. So and yeah, it was pretty uh, tough, I would say. And exams are always stressful. So let me tell my story. Um, okay, hello, Varshini. Uh, and yeah, you are preparing. Okay, good. So I'm Kate, and I am sharing my experience of taking this exam. I'm also a language teacher, an English teacher, so I am going to share my experience and tips how to prepare for this exam. So I took this test in the UK, in England. I went to Liverpool, and it was new experience. It was a new country for me because I'm from Ukraine, and I was learning English for many years. So I was, mm, I think, around C1 level when I arrived, and I didn't have to learn much to take the test. So, but still, I hired a private tutor, and I was preparing with him for a few months. And it was quite intense preparation because I needed to enhance my writing skills because I wanted to take academic because there are a few options of exams you can choose from. So you can take general IELTS or academic IELTS. And if you take academic, the writing section will be more difficult, and reading section also will be a bit more difficult. So, oh, hello, Camille. Nice to see you again. And yeah, I chose academic because I'm a teacher, so I needed to prove that I can teach other people. So, and so preparation took just 2 months, maybe even less. And I was mostly learning techniques how to pass IELTS exam, and I wanted to enhance my writing skills. So this was they were my goals, and I would say I partly achieved them. So I will explain why, why only partly. You're asking about tips for reading. Yeah, we are going to talk about all sections a little bit, and yeah, I will share what uh, what was more challenging, what was less challenging. Himil shares that you only got 5.5. Okay, but it all depends. So we will talk about it, but um, let me finish my story about my experience. So after, like in hindsight, after passing the exam, I can share some tips and pieces of advice that I can give to everyone who wants to take this test. First, you need to be like you need to set a concrete goal why you want to pass IELTS exam. It shouldn't be just to show that I am fluent in English. No, it's not a concrete goal. You need to have a reason why you want to pass it. Hello, Masood. Hello, S. Haq. I don't see the full name. And my name is Katerina. I'm talking about preparing for IELTS, and I'm sharing my experience at the moment because I took this test in 2022. So, and the thing is, when you have a concrete goal, for example, you want to study at English speaking university, or you want IELTS tests for job. Yeah, it's a job requirement. So without IELTS, for example, usually job seekers know what concrete IELTS test they should pass and what band they should have. Okay, thank you for voting. Most of you are preparing for IELTS. Like everyone is preparing. Thank you. So and let's talk about how like what goal you should set when you are preparing. First, you need to know if your university, if you're applying for university, needs the IELTS test, because some universities require other tests, and you need to be sure that IELTS is needed. Oh, S is sharing that he's learning Russian language. Yeah, we are going to talk about Russian language, but not in today's live, because this is about English. But I am planning to organize some events for Russian learners as well, because I teach Russian as well. It's my second language that I am teaching. Okay, so Masood, not now. You can join later if you want, because now I'm talking about how to prepare and giving tips. And later you can share your experience. If you're also preparing, share your experience in the chat. I will read your answers. How many languages I speak? I speak Russian, Ukrainian, English, and those are like fluent. And I'm learning Spanish. Okay, so let me come back. So first, choose a university if you want to apply to university, and check what exam they want you to take. If it's not written, just message them, email them. So you should be sure that you need IELTS first. Second, you need to know which IELTS, academic or general. Yeah, because many jobs they just need general, or maybe they don't need IELTS at all. So you need to be sure that you actually need IELTS for particular goals, for jobs or for universities. Then you need to know which IELTS, academic or general. General is like usually to prove that you can speak English. Some today I checked IELTS website, and they also provide IELTS that only checks your listening and speaking, and it's a requirement of UK Visa and Immigration Service. So to prove your level of English, you can just take that test. You don't need to do writing and reading. So that's interesting. I've never heard of it. So maybe it's a new option. So again, if you want to move to an English-speaking country like New Zealand, Australia, United Kingdom, maybe US or Canada, maybe you need to check first with their government, yeah, like immigration services, what they ask for, what test, what level. So next, what you need to know the grade. So today, Himil was sharing that he got 5.5. For some places, for some jobs, for some colleges, maybe you can it can be enough. Sometimes 6.5 is enough, sometimes 7.5, sometimes 8. So it really depends on what you're why you are taking this test, what for you are taking this test. Okay, and you are sharing later, teacher, if you have time, guide me in the language. I also want to take IELTS 8.5 exam in Dubai, and your English is excellent. Thank you very much. And you want to travel to the UK. Okay. Yes, so it really depends. So if you know, it's good. So at least you know the first answer. What test to take, why to take it, what band you should get, and what like what exactly you need it for. When you know the answers for this question, then you can move on and you can start preparation. If we talk about general IELTS, so of course sometimes people just need 6 or band 6.5, and it's not very high. Even like 5, I think 5.5 is a minimum when you have a certificate that you passed successfully. I think it's 5.5 or maybe 6. It depends, but usually it's a minimum. If you have 4 or 3, it's not a band, so it's not a certificate. It means that your English level is too low. So, okay, we have a participant who's called Vodka. Hello. We are talking about English. We are talking about preparation for IELTS exam. Sorry that I'm very close to my camera because I'm also recording myself via Zoom. So that's why I need to put my phone closer and so to be able to record it for people who want to see the recording, who want to watch it later. Okay, so just a second. Um, okay, low band less than 5.5. Okay, yes, so it's very low, and I think it means like something around A2. Uh, so you need to have at least B1, B1 plus to have a band in IELTS and to have a certificate. And usually job seekers, they require at least B2 level for some jobs, but if it's like customer service, maybe it can be lower. Okay. So, what we need to know later. So, when you know the type of exam, why you need it, you need to know your level of English. Yeah, because I was talking about bands. Yeah, so like 5.5. It's a bit confusing, but actually every IELTS band it refers to CFR level. So like A1, A2, B1, B2, C1, C2. It's so it like if you have, for example, A2, it's too low. It's not. There is no point to take IELTS. And one of the challenges of taking IELTS is to uh, be able not to concentrate on what you don't understand. So because everyone, doesn't matter what your level, is it high or low, you will all listen to the same audios, you will all read the same texts, and it's really difficult for you if you low level, yeah, like maybe B1, and you are reading a text who is checking understanding of C2 student, and this is quite challenging. That's why some people prefer Cambridge exams. We are not going to talk about Cambridge exams, but this is a challenge that you need to get used to the situation when you cannot understand everything. You need to get used to it. It's fine, and it's actually what you will experience a lot in an English speaking environment. Sorry, guys, I won't join you now, and later I can join you at the end. But now I'm going to share the tips how to prepare for us, and you can ask me questions. Yeah, so I will answer them, and then we will have just a short section at the end where you can join and speak, share your experience as well. Okay. So you're asking about 8.5. Is it a good level? Yes, it's a very high level. It's almost maximum because I think maximum is 9 in IELTS, and 8.5 is quite high. So my level was so when I proved that I have C1 level after IELTS, and it was I think 7.5. My overall band was 7.5. But when you have results, you have writing, speaking, listening, reading separately. So my speaking was 8 or 8.5. I don't remember exactly, something around that. And my listening also was almost maximum, probably 8.5. My reading was something like maybe 7, and my writing wasn't very good, so my writing was around 6.5. It was quite low, and it was strange. And my tutor, who was British, he was surprised and said that maybe I should ask for um, like they can check your test again and maybe give you a better score, or maybe give you lower score. And I decided not to risk, but yeah, it was quite low for after preparing with the tutor. I got quite low score, but I was mostly practicing writing with the tutor. So it means that native speakers, they don't make miracles. You need to know it and you need to understand it. So if you are preparing, it's all your responsibility on how you will pass. You shouldn't blame your teacher of like problems you had during the exams, and there is no guarantee that you will definitely pass on the band you want. So unfortunately, this is true. So how much band should we get? Yeah, so uh, band depends on your goal. Yeah, so if you want to apply to universities, yeah, to different, if you want to study at English speaking university, for example, a university in English speaking country like United Kingdom, you need to check what are requirements for this particular university and this particular field, yeah, like faculty or like what you are going to study, because it depends. Sometimes 7 is enough, band 7 is enough, sometimes 7.5, sometimes 8 is minimum, sometimes 8.5 is minimum. It really depends. If you are going to learn something like medicine, I think they require at least 7.5 academic or 8 academic, and if you took general test with 7.5, they won't count it because it's easier. And when you are taking academic IELTS, you are going to read more complex text, and you are going to listen. Yeah, well, I think listening is the same, and writing will be more challenging. You are going to write essays like you would probably do something similar at university. So that's why you need to know exactly why you are taking exam. It's expensive, and its preparation is also quite expensive. So you need to be sure that you actually need it. Don't take it just to prove your level. Take free tests if you want to prove your level, but IELTS is very serious exam. Okay, how to improve my reading conventionability? So you mean probably reading understanding, or I'm not sure what you mean by convention here. Mm, comprehension. Okay. Yeah, we are going to talk about reading just in a few minutes. Okay, I want to do the TOEFL. My goal is to do PhD. Okay, we are not going to talk about TOEFL today, but it's good that you need, like, you know what exam you need. Just double check with university you want to apply with, and like be sure that it's uh, the exam you need to take, because you don't want to spend time, money for preparing for something you don't need. And PhD, yeah, is quite serious. I think they can ask for for very high bands on those exams. So yeah, probably you need at least 8 or maybe 7.5 academic IELTS. Okay, so and now again we are talking about bands and we are talking about levels. So when you prepare for an exam, IELTS exam, TOEFL exam, any Cambridge exams, you need to understand one thing. You should just learn techniques how to pass this exam. You are not usually improving your language level during preparation for exam. And unfortunately, many people say, I want to pass IELTS, I am a beginner. This is not a correct strategy. You need to know exactly um, like what band you need, and you should already have this band, this level. For example, I was C1 level when I arrived to the UK, and I took IELTS test and I proved that I was C1 level. So, and I didn't improve much before my exam. I was learning techniques of how to pass this exam. So if you enroll on any courses online or offline with teachers, you hire a tutor, you go to like private lessons, doesn't matter. You should understand that your teacher won't help you with level much. Maybe, for example, you are at B2 level, maybe you will be B2 plus, or like you are at B1 level, maybe you will be B1 plus after preparation. Yes, of course, you will learn some vocabulary, you will learn some grammar, some linkers for writing, for example, but still, you should already have a decent level, and you should already uh, like know a lot. It's not like you start from scratch, from nothing, and then your IELTS preparation will take ages, maybe a few years. So that's why you can take a free test. For example, there is EF test. There are some Cambridge free tests that you can take, but they usually check your listening and reading. Yeah, they don't check writing and speaking. And usually that's what many students want to find out if they speak at a particular level. So they should take a mock test. I will be frank with you. I have never taken an official mock test with any language schools, but language schools usually provide it if you enroll and you start taking classes with them. But my tutor assessed my speaking when we started our uh, journey of IELTS preparation. And you can do it with your teacher or private tutor. You can do it with me. I also invite you to my lessons preparing for IELTS. And I'm going to mm, probably, it depends on how many people need it here, and we will see. But I hope that I will do maybe at least 10 sessions on IELTS preparation. So here I'm just sharing some tips, I'm sharing my experience, but I want to give you like actual like, kind of lessons on how to prepare for IELTS, and I can help you with mock tests. So I can give you approximate band you would have for speaking, so that you know if you are ready or not. Because some students are not confident and they think that they're not ready to pass any tests at all. So it can be a problem. And writing, I think nowadays you can assess your writing, check your band with ChatGPT. It's free, and you can do like you can send your essay. You can find mock tests with like writing tasks, and you can check what band you can have for the writing. Of course, you need to know that while writing something, like answering any IELTS question, you need to count time because it's also one of the most important things during exams. You are limited in time, and that can be very stressful. So even if your level is quite high, you can take a test and have a lower score because you were stressed. Okay, let's look at your questions. What I have to do for spelling mistake? So if we talk about writing, yeah, so spelling won't be checked automatically, even if you take computer-based IELTS. Yeah, because there are paper-based and computer-based. Yeah, so when you have spelling mistakes, you just need to write, and write a lot to check your writing. So you can choose some applications online to check some difficult words, and you can just practice, maybe quiz it with difficult spelling, or just choose the words that you spell. Yeah, you often make mistakes spelling, and try to drill those words, write them a lot or print them a lot, like type them a lot. It depends what you want to take, computer based or paper based IELTS. Okay. Okay, hope you can see me. Sorry, I probably disappeared for a while. Okay, so spelling mistakes, yeah, just drilling. Drilling helps, and just choose the words that you often make mistakes and drill them. Type a lot or write them a lot. Okay, madam, please tell me how to improve my reading understanding level. Okay. Uh, yeah. Okay, so you asked a lot about reading, so let's talk about reading. As I mentioned before, we need to be at a particular level when you are taking IELTS. So, for example, you want to have 6.5 band. It's like intermediate level. And you need to be prepared that you won't understand everything in your text. You won't understand everything in listening as well. So just be prepared that you won't uh, understand everything. It's fine. You don't need to understand everything. So it's not a problem. And then you need to learn the techniques, how to read the text, how to answer the questions. So for reading and for writing, for reading and listening, it's quite similar, but there are some differences. So you probably will read. I think you will have 3 or 4 texts for IELTS reading section, and you are going to be given questions. Sometimes they will have multiple choice answer, so you will choose A, B, C. Sometimes you will have to write a word or word combination in your answer. And yeah, so there can be different options, but usually it's a test, so you usually have some options how you can answer. Yeah, but not always. Yeah, sometimes you will type your answers. And when you read the text, you need to learn 2 techniques how to read the text. First is scanning, so reading, which is called scanning. So you read the question and you are looking for the answer for this question in the text. So usually many IELTS tutors say that you need to um, like you need to read the questions first. Not don't start reading a text before you uh, before you read the questions. So first read the questions, and there will be like many questions. So like there will be a few groups of questions for text. So you need to read one group at least and find answers to these questions. If it's numbers, if it's names, if it's like particular words that you can easily scan and find, um, then it will suit this task. So you will just read the question and find the answers. You don't need to understand everything, but it's not always the case. Sometimes you need to understand general idea or sequence in the text or like what it means. And in this way, scanning won't help you much. So you need to skim the text. When you skim the text, you read it quickly without like understanding everything, and you will just get the main idea while skimming the text. So like what goes after what, and what is the main idea. So some questions in IELTS, they want you to understand the main idea of the article, and to understand it you need to skim the text. And sometimes maybe read some paragraphs a few times to answer particular questions. So that's why while preparing for IELTS, you need to develop those types of reading. So like particular reading skills, skimming, scanning. Yeah, so those 2 will help you, and you will be less stressed, and you will understand what is happening. Because some people just read the text once, then read the text twice, and then still don't understand, and time is ticking. So like you need to be very careful with your time, yeah, during the test. So that's why you can find some videos on YouTube or some articles, or they are free on the internet, and they show you particular question types, and you can uh, like practice with the video to read the text. There will be a timer to find the answers to particular questions. So if you are going to take academic IELTS, then your reading will be a bit more difficult. But please don't start with long texts. If you are at the low level, it's fine that you just have sorry. It's fine that you just have short text for starters. Yeah, just to practice, because the skills I mentioned, it's not only for long texts, it's also for short texts. And when you practice, you can just take short text and try finding answers to the questions in those short texts. It's fine. And then you see like how fast you can do it. If you are fast enough, you can switch to longer text, to more complicated text. But this is the main idea. So you read the question and you try to find the answer in the text. So this is what you do. And sometimes you read the question and you understand, this question doesn't give me enough yeah, like detail, like what word I'm looking for, or what kind of information. So you need to understand a part of the text to answer the question. So you just skim the text and you find the paragraph you need, and you think this is the right paragraph. So and then you read it deeply. Yeah, so you read this, only this part of the text, and not everything. Yeah, you don't need to understand everything. So IELTS checks how fast you can analyze the text and how quickly you can answer the questions correctly. And of course, don't worry if you don't like, you think that you cannot answer some questions. You just skip them, answer something, and go on. Like, carry on with your test. Don't waste time on difficult parts. I'm not sure if you are still here, but yeah, you can ask questions about anything connected to IELTS exam. And we just discussed reading. And yeah, I know that it can be challenging if your vocabulary is limited. Yeah, while listening or while reading, and you don't understand some words. Sometimes, yes, the answer will be tricky because of some choice of vocabulary. Yeah, some synonyms or like similar words that you don't know, and like they name the same thing but in different words. And yeah, unfortunately, if you don't know some of the vocabulary that is mentioned, you can struggle because of it. But it's okay, you can just you can have some wrong answers in IELTS. This is a good thing. Like, you shouldn't have it perfect. Yeah, you shouldn't have it like 9. Usually no one requires band 9. That's why, don't worry, it just it's, if you didn't understand some parts in the text or in the listening part, if you just skipped it, um, it's okay. So we are all people, and this test is for humans. It's not for robots. It's not for AI. We can make mistakes, and our brain can be overwhelmed, especially because of timing. So I already mentioned it, but timing is important. And when you so another tip that I can give from my experience, when you are taking IELTS like mock tests, always count how much time you spent on it. So like listening and reading, usually you find online, and you can have this timer that limits your time, and you will see it, and it will be kind of stressful, but you will feel like a real exam, like you will feel the same like during the same exam. But the problem is, usually IELTS happens on the same day, and you have all 4 parts during this day, and you will have listening, reading, and writing just on like during like 3 hours in a row. And you should be prepared for that. So I would say that the problem with IELTS tests is that you can sometimes like you are not prepared for sitting 3 hours in a row, taking the test, thinking, using your brain. And this is a skill you should develop before the exam, because if you don't, you can be just overwhelmed. Because I know that some students, they struggle to sit 1 hour during the lesson, and sitting 3 hours in a row and then go to a speaking part. It is overwhelming. And just try to count time and do at least maybe 5 mock tests. The more mock tests you've taken, the better you are prepared emotionally, and the more you feel the time pressure during the exam. Because if you don't count time, like I am a very slow person, I don't like to hurry, but unfortunately, it's what we are asked for during the tests and exams. And that's why you need to limit yourself, especially when you do writing, because writing usually you do on your own, and you need to set a timer, and you need to get used to a time pressure during your writing part. Otherwise, you will think that you can spend like half an hour thinking about what you will write, but it's not the true. It's far from real, like reality. You are going to be given, like, I think it's 1 hour, and you're going to write 2 texts in 1 hour. At least for academic, it was like that. So first you describe a chart, and second you write an essay. And it's quite difficult to switch between the topics, to come up with some ideas. So it's all like, of course you need to develop these skills for years, but yeah, while IELTS preparation, you just prepare, you learn some tips and tricks how to take it more effectively. You learn the system. Yeah, you don't learn the language usually while preparing for IELTS exam. So that's about timing. So always control how much time you spend on particular parts of tests, and you should be able to make it earlier than time uh, has gone up. Yeah, so you need to do writing in like 50 minutes, and then have time to read your text again. Because my mistake was I was too slow during my writing. And I remember other students, I took a computer based IELTS, and I remember other students sitting next to me and like doing like this. So they were just like everyone in the room was like hectically typing and typing, like it was like last 2 minutes, and we were typing like mad people. And of course, if you do that in last 1 2 minutes, you will probably just make a lot of spelling mistakes. You will not be able to read your text again, check the structure of the text, and so on. So please be careful with your time, and prepare yourself to be limited by time frame. Okay, so any questions you have, please ask them in the chat. So we discussed a little bit about reading. I didn't mention listening yet. So if you want to talk about listening, or maybe other parts of exam, maybe speaking, or yeah, writing, reading, so just ask your questions about it. And yeah, what I wanted to say, when you're preparing, if I'm like honest enough with you, actually you can just prepare for this test on your own. Usually you can do it, but there are a few problems appearing. First is motivation, and that's why like I'm a teacher, so I doubt that I will ever lose my job, and like won't be teaching anyone, because it's really difficult to learn a language without any other people and help. um, and that's why it's really good when you have an instructor or tutor, or like other students, if maybe attending group classes is good. So to motivate you, to give you inspiration, and to give you some support. Yeah. Okay, Mohammed is sharing. I'm very happy that you conducted such an informative session and explained many things that will prove to be helpful. Okay, thank you, Mohammed, for your review. And yeah, so the thing is, please, when you prepare for something, find at least a partner who is pursuing the same goal, or find a tutor, or enroll to courses to keep you motivated, or at least book an exam. So for me, my motivation was like I had a goal, I had a concrete goal, but I was so afraid to take a test. So you cannot imagine, like I was at C1 level and I was so afraid. Like, I learned English at school, at university. I taught this language for many years, and when it was my time to take the test, I was so afraid. And this is another reason why it's good to find someone who will support you, who will give you faith in, and you will believe in yourself, and you will think, okay, I'm ready. Even though you will know that you are not perfect enough, your speaking maybe is not good, your writing is not perfect, but still someone believes in you. So in me, like my tutor believed in me, and he gave me a lot of support. So I'm really grateful to him for that, because I was so afraid. And when we were discussing before my trip to Liverpool, where I took this test, he told me like, "Yeah, go to Liverpool. It's a nice city, so you will see it." And was telling him, so okay, if even if I don't pass, at least I will see Liverpool. So that was my motivation, kind of something that helped me uh, soothe myself and calm down. And yeah, so exams are stressful, so please find some support. Usually you need to find a teacher or other students, or maybe take group classes preparing for IELTS. But before you do it, check your level, and be sure that you are ready for that. Yeah, if you don't know how to check your level, just Google it, check some free tests online, and take at least listening and reading, and check what your level is there, and then work on productive skills. If you want to prepare for IELTS, I can help you. I was mentioning that I am thinking about doing some sessions here, like free sessions on particular skills, to give you some tips, more concrete tips, because today it was mostly like a speaking session. And I was just sharing my experience. But you can also, um, yeah, find some lessons online or join my lessons. And yeah, you can also join my free classes that I'm going to take to provide hosting here on Hello Talk. And you can also message me IELTS 2025, and I will give you information that what lessons I provide, what help I can give you, like mock tests, or maybe like mock speaking tests. I mean, like I can evaluate your test, your speaking, yeah, and you can at least know approximately what kind of band you can have for speaking. Yeah, so you asked me, suggest a good and free app for improving English. Aha. I always try to join your free classes. Okay, thank you, Masood. Yeah, you can join. I will message you about what kind and when I'm going to talk uh, about what. So next week I'm planning to talk about my experience living in the UK, because I've been living here for, it's the fourth year. Yeah, here. And I can share, answer some questions of uh, what experience I have, what impressions I have about this country. Okay, answering about the free app for improving English. It's quite difficult because it depends on what your level is. So you mentioned you have 5.5 for your exam, so you're probably like at around B1 level. You can try taking. If you want to prepare for IELTS, there are some good apps for IELTS. I don't remember now what was the name, but it was a good app that provided some texts, and you could do some tests on the tab, but it was like short texts, not like long IELTS version tests. And also it had the speaking section that had questions for speaking, and prompts, or like whole answers that you can answer for those. And it was, I remember using that app. So many IELTS apps actually, they provide it for free. And I remember I liked about that first I tried to answer, I recorded myself, and I of course time was limited, as like always during IELTS test. And after, I was reading the like example, yeah, response, like what you can respond to that question in a better way, yeah, like what kind of words you can use. And I remember just reading it through and thought, oh yeah, good idea, good words that I didn't use. You don't need to copy those answers, but you can get some ideas of how to answer some questions in an interesting way. And I don't remember the name of the app. I will check it, and I will share in the chat. So message me IELTS app, and I will check. I don't remember now the name, but it was like a few years ago. But I think many of them will be like that. So you can also ask ChatGPT. I think now it can analyze your speech as well, and you can ask how can I improve. Yeah, so like this. But it's good to read it aloud again, like your corrected answer. Read it aloud. The more you pronounce, like your speech, some text, the better you are at speaking. Because if we just read it in our head, it doesn't help. You need to speak a lot. You need, like, don't be shy. Record yourself. Listen to your answers and do it. I know it sounds like, what the hell? Like, why should I do it? It's very stupid. It's not. It's really good when you pronounce aloud and check pronunciation of words that you don't know or you are not sure about, because if you don't, you will make a lot of pronunciation mistakes, which is it can be crucial for some words, because people won't understand what you're talking about. So please pronounce as many words as you can, read your answers, read some typical response, and like do it as much as you can. Uh, okay, I feel you're not regularly active on this app. Can you tell me the name of the apps? What was your mark, madam? Okay, I about name of the apps I will tell you after. I don't remember now, but about my mark, it was C1 level. My overall band, I think, was 7.5. Yeah, so if you don't have any other questions, we probably will wrap it up for today. Thank you for joining, and I hope to see you next week. And as for IELTS preparation, I am providing mock tests. Just message me on the app or in a comment section under this video, IELTS 2025. You can also message me on WhatsApp or Telegram, my website, anywhere you can find me, Katie Shelley English, and I can help you with IELTS preparation. I provide lessons and mock tests as well. So please feel free to contact me, and thank you for participation today. And if you have more questions about IELTS preparation, I will try to answer them next time when I'm planning some events about preparing for IELTS, like when I'm going to give you some concrete tips on like particular sections. So, so message me IELTS 2025, and I will tell you about all the details I can. So thank you very much for joining, and see you next week.